Hey everybody, it's me, Stacey, here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Hey everybody, welcome to today's In the Studio with Stacey class, where we take fine art product, we take paper crafting products, we pair them together in hopes of making magic happen. Our In the Studio with Stacey classes are every Tuesday, 6 p.m. sunny California time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, and we live chat during the premiere. So if you're joining me during that time, come say hello on the live chat. Now, I am a brand ambassador for Royal Talens, and it's not a paid position. It's not something that you get free goodies from. That's not what a brand ambassador is. A brand ambassador is somebody who really wants to learn about the product and share their knowledge about the product. And so I am fortunate enough that I get to take classes all about different Royal Talens products. I have a mentor, Jeff, who meets with me, and I ask the most unusual questions because I am the only paper crafting art ambassador, brand ambassador for Royal Talens. So when we talk about different products, I look at it through the eyes of a paper crafter because that's what I am. And I see these products that we use in entirely different ways. And sometimes I'll ask Jeff a question and he'll be like, I don't know the answer to that. Nobody has ever asked me that question. Let me get back to you on that. So being an art ambassador or a brand ambassador for Royal Talens really allows me to do these classes with you. Because if I didn't get that core education on fine art products, I can't speak to you about them. I can't just plop them down and pretend and fake it until you make it. No, you need somebody that you can trust. That I may not be the most educated in the fine art world, but I definitely, when it comes to Royal Talens, have a really good foundational base of education that throughout this year I've been able to share with you. These classes are a month-long series of classes. So I pick one type of fine art product per month, and for the entire month, I use that product this way, and then this way, and then that way. So when we are done with the month, you leave not only with the education of what it is, why it is, how it became, you leave with an education of how you can incorporate it into your daily paper crafting. In November, we started something called Auxiliaries, and Auxiliaries are gessos, and they're modeling paste, and they're gel mediums, and they're varnishes. I did not know they were called Auxiliaries until I started taking classes about them. In the fine art world, that's what they're known as, auxiliaries. And boy, have I learned that there is a difference between fine art auxiliaries and paper crafting auxiliaries. Modeling paste in the fine art world, completely different than modeling paste in the paper crafting world. It just is. Fine art is fine art, and yet the pricing is not that different. The standard of quality is worlds of different when we are talking about auxiliaries. So we started in November, and I missed a week because I was sick, so I'm making that up. But I think I've decided to stick with auxiliaries through December because there's so much to be done with them. I think I'm just going to hang with auxiliaries, and we're just going to keep playing with them through the month of December. And each class, I'm going to change the type of paint or ink that I am working with. So far, we've done our modeling paste, and I showed you what modeling paste is. It's actually considered an under. It's like a gesso. We typically mix color into our modeling paste and then put it over our stencil. But that tints your color of ink or your color of paint because modeling paste is pigmented white. So we talked all about that in the first 2 classes. I think it was the first 2 classes. Then we moved into gel medium. Last week we started with gel medium, and I showed you that there is 3 different viscosities of gel medium. There's the regular gel medium, there's heavy gel medium, and there is extra heavy gel medium. And both of them come in a gloss finish and a matte finish. But what does gel medium do? Well, unlike a modeling paste that will tint your color, so if you start with a red, you mix a red into modeling paste, you're going to end up with some form of a pink. Gel medium is transparent and it holds the color true. It's amazing. Where modeling paste and gesso is an under, it's meant to be used as a foundation, as a base. Your gel medium is considered a mix-in because we're going to mix things into it. So last week we were playing with our Ecoline watercolor and our gel medium. Today I have Amsterdam acrylics and the gel mediums are Amsterdam. So it's Amsterdam and Amsterdam were meant to play together, but there's so much more that these products can do, these mediums can do. And honestly, the more I learn about them and the more I play with them, the more I understand that if you have any kind of acrylic paint or any type of acrylic inks or watercolor, liquid watercolors, you really should have at least one of the gel mediums in your crafty stash. And I don't say that very often. I don't say you really should have this, but you really should have this. Whether you have the regular gel medium, the heavy or the extra heavy, they come in gloss and they come in matte. And today we're going to be seeing the difference between the gloss and the matte when I show you what we can do with them with acrylics. And I'm using the small little tubes of Amsterdam acrylic that we sell in the sets. The small little tubes. There's a lot of paint in here, but there's a lot more paint in here when you mix it with a gel medium. A gel medium extends your paint. It gives you more to play with. It can change the finish of your paint. And instead of buying a 120 mil tube of gold, you can get the gold here and a gel medium and put these together as you need them to make your paint go even further. Really amazing. So I'm going to tilt down. We're going to get started for today. I'm going to be playing with some stencils. I have some new stencils in from Minte, so we'll put those up on the site for sale. But really, this is about showing you the differences. So if you're ready, I'm going to tilt down. We're going to get started for today. I'm Stacey. I'm the owner of Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com, and I'm a brand ambassador or an art ambassador for Royal Talens, and honored to be such. All right, you guys, this is a great class today. All the classes in December, because I'm going to keep changing the medium, the paints, the inks, and I'm going to keep with the auxiliaries, and you are going to see just how amazing one of these can make your life. Who knew? I didn't. Not before I started taking all my classes. All right, down we go, everybody. It's good to see everybody. Oh my gosh, it has been such an education this year. This has been a year-long series of classes, and people are asking what's happening in 2026. I'm not 100% sure yet what's happening in 2026. We're all just gonna have to wait and see what decisions are made. Okay, today I'm gonna be playing on black paper because I'm playing with the metallic acrylics and they look amazing on black paper. I have got my gel mediums, and I've taped a little note to the top. So gel medium matte, gel medium gloss, heavy gloss, heavy matte, extra heavy, extra heavy. And let me tell you, there is a big difference between the viscosity of them. A huge difference. So here, my regular gel medium, just kind of, I mean, it'll come off my palette knife pretty darn easy. My heavy medium is going to hold onto my palette. It does not just jump off. The viscosity is way thicker. And then we get into the extra heavy. Which is Holy Smokes Artichokes. This is like the best buttercream. I mean, it is so thick and so yummy. And all gel mediums are not made the same. Being that these are from a fine art company, this is what artists around the world, around the globe use on their finest art projects. This is not a paper crafting type of product. And you will see that in the result. There's no question about it. So I think I'm going to stick with the gel medium, just the plain gel medium in the gloss and the matte. And maybe I play with this one. And I've got my acrylics. Now I could take, ooh, this one, I must like that color. Okay, that one's got a little bit more. I could take and do my acrylics. Straight on. Just so you can see. I mean, I can definitely put it on. I think the thing about it is how much you will need to use to maybe cover the surface that you are doing. So if I want to completely cover it, I'm going to have to add a little bit more. I've got a little something in there. There we go. And that's a little bit better. So to cover a surface completely, you're going to have to use a little bit more paint than, or a little bit more acrylic than perhaps you were expecting. But let's say your tube is almost empty, and my tube is almost empty. In fact, can I get this off? Let's say this is all I have left. Let's just scrape this up. And let's say that's all I've got left. That's all I could squeeze out of my tube is right there. I can then come in with a gel medium. Add some to it. Mix it in. I see something in there. There it is. I see you. I see a little strand. There we go. Mix it in. And now I have extended. Now you're saying, Stacey, that's not the same color. Well, it's not the same color yet. Give it a little time and let it dry. Because that transparent gel medium is just that, transparent. And as it dries, it's going to dry to a beauty. I know you're looking at it going, Stacey, it's not the same. Well, give it a little time and let's see what happens. Let's give it a little time and let it dry and see what happens. A gel medium takes anything you're working with. First, it makes it creamier, much creamier, even with just the basic gel medium. It is so beautiful and so lush in how it lays down. You won't find anything creamier than that. Even if all you did was add a little bit to your paint just to give it that extra body and that extra creaminess to lay down. It really is gorgeous. But we do have it in two colors, well, in two finishes, matte and gloss. So let's take here and let's go a little bit here. And just get some down. So that's just our acrylic. Let's take a little bit more, a little bit of a dab, because I really don't have much left in here at all. It's one of my favorite colors. And let's mix it with a little bit of our matte medium. Where a modeling paste would tint this and potentially hide the metallic, I'm able to make so much more by having that gel medium available to me. It's extending whatever I'm doing. And again, when it dries, oh, when it dries, oh, can I fix it? When it dries, it's going to have a totally different look to it. Now, any medium that you work with, whether it be gel medium or modeling paste or gesso, foundationally, it's an adhesive. I know I should have been done. I should have just left it. Foundationally, it's an adhesive. So you can use any of this also as a glue, and your gel medium is going to go beautifully over any kind of washi paper, rice paper. All right, let's let it be. So you can see this one's starting to dry, and you can see that gold starting to come through. As the transparency of the gel medium dries, the gold is going to come through. And again, I could make it as heavy or as light as I want it in color. The more gel medium you add, the more fluid the color is going to be, the more transparent it will be. But it acts as an extender. So let's play with a stencil. And I'm working on my Jelly Art gel plate because it just holds everything. It's easy peasy for me. I can use it as my palette, which I like. I literally can take it and put my product right on it and use it as my palette. So I can move this off to the corner. Well, maybe I should move it up just a little bit. And then what color do we want to use? How about the deep gold? So I can put a little bit there. Now, if I were trying to do this with just the deep gold, with just the acrylic, I'm not going to get very far. It's going to take quite a bit of acrylic to make that stencil happen. I mean, I'm really not going to get very far. I could just keep putting little daubs down and little daubs down, and it's never going to be enough to fill my entire stencil. So I used 3 little daubs there, right? That's as far as I was able to go. But what if I mixed it with a little bit of my gloss medium? And if I want it to be super thick, if I wanted to have lots of dimension, I would use my heavyweight or my extra heavyweight. So let's grab another piece of paper. And this time I'm going to put some down. So here's my daub number 1. And let's use the gloss. Let's pick up some gloss. And let's just mush it together. I want to make sure I don't see any more white. Now look at how much further I'm able to go. All right, that was one daub, one little dollop of it. Let's do 2. So now I'm 2 in, and I'll add another little dollop of my gel medium. The gel medium allows you to own lots of fabulous colors in smaller tubes because you're able to extend it. And this goes a long way. So I want to make sure all my white is mixed in. So 2 little dollops, not even 3. I got it done with 2 little dollops. Didn't even take 3. Now you may be looking at that going, yes, but that doesn't look anything like gold. I know. Give it a minute. Hold on. Trust me. All right, so let's clean that up. And will clean up my stencil. And then maybe we'll do the same in a matte finish. So I am using acrylic, so you are going to want to clean it up. If you, for some reason, accidentally leave your stencil and you've left your mediums on it, your auxiliaries on it, or your acrylics, just soak your stencil and it will be fine. Comes off my jelly plate beautifully. And if you ever want to clean your jelly plate really nice, use some Gam salt or some mineral spirits and it will take everything off. So let's do it in matte finish. I hope I didn't accidentally mix in matte finish to the last one, but I could have. Okay, so as it's drying, you're seeing the gold come through. It's still not dry up there, but as it's drying, and look at the gloss finish on it. It is so smooth. It goes down so smooth. Gosh, I hope I didn't mix in matte. Well, if I did, I did. And we'll use the same color. So there's one dollop. Gosh, now I'm not sure if I accidentally mixed in matte finish with that or not. We'll know when it dries. I just want to mix it all together. I don't want to see any white. And being that you can mix this in to basically any type of an ink or any type of a paint, you're saving money, you're saving your paints, you're saving your inks because you're extending them and you're getting more from them. Okay, there's one. Mix it all together. And look at that. Two and I'm done. Where I couldn't even, with three, that's as far as I got with 3 dollops just using the straight acrylic. And let's move it over to the side. And hopefully this stays matte and that one stays gloss. Time will tell if I did it right, if I didn't mix them. You never know. I'm gonna put, oh, and I'm out of baby wipes. Yikes. I didn't know there was such a thing that the baby wipes ever came to an actual end. All right, so let's clean that one off. And let's try something with a little bit more body to it. And put the lids back on our basics. This is our standard gel medium. And let's move into heavy. heavy gloss, heavy matte. So this is going to be thicker and give me more definition. I don't need to tape anything down. My gel plate just holds everything. I use it for everything now. I do. If I'm doing a layering stencil, I might use my Sizzix stencil and stamp tool, or if I'm stamping again and again, I want to do a layering stamp, I would use that because it lines it up perfectly. But for things like this, this is working perfect because I can use, in fact, let's use a different color. I can use my gel plate as my palette as well, where you couldn't do that with the Sizzix tool. Sizzix makes a great tool, but this is a great tool too. So I want heavy, yeah, heavy. We'll start with heavy. So heavy gloss. And again, the heavy gloss is much thicker than our standard gel medium, much thicker. And we'll take a little and we'll mush, mush, mush. And I want all that white blended in. So now I'm making a heavier body, look at that, a heavier body acrylic paint. Look at that, it's on the bottom. Okay, much heavier body, and I'm not even to the heaviest yet. That's pretty. I'm just using every last little piece, every bit that I've got of it. And then when I need to make a new one, so dollop number 2. That's too much. Mix it in, and my color of my acrylic from Amsterdam is going to stay true. It may look a little milky or a little cloudy, but that's only because the transparent gel medium has not had the chance to dry. Yeah, it's really not often that I say you need this, but if you have any kind of acrylic paints or any kind of inks, whether they be acrylic inks, watercolor inks, these are really wonderful. And are they the cheapest on the market? No, but they're fine art. Are they much more expensive than a paper crafting product? No. But is the quality different? Yes. So now I'm adding a little bit thicker dimension. My relief is a little bit higher, a little bit more dimensional than what I got with my regular. Now we need to let that sit. And wipe off. And then we'll come through and we'll do the matte. I've got to be sparing with my baby wipes. So that was the heavyweight in the, oh, right there. I was going to say, anybody see what I did with my lid? The heavyweight in the gloss. We're not even to the extra heavyweight. And then we have the heavyweight in the matte. Oh, and it's brand new. I haven't even opened it yet. Woohoo! Happy day for me. So we'll take, again, a little bit of our paint, just a dollop, which of course wouldn't allow us to do much of anything if we were just using the paint on its own and trying to use our palette knife to put it in. I've got my heavy matte now. This is my gel medium heavy matte. And again, I mean thick and creamy. Now, if I was using this with a modeling paste, because modeling paste is matte too, the difference is a modeling paste would tint my color, and I don't want it to tint my color. Anytime you use a modeling paste, it is pigmented with white. I want my beautiful true metallic. So there's one. Let's give a second dollop. Now, do these have to sit and dry? Yes, they do. That's probably too much. I'm going to put some of it away. But the result is amazing. And the fact that I can extend whatever it is I'm using without changing the color is very appealing to me. So this is the matte finish. With a heavy. And again, my relief, my stencil is thicker. The relief stands higher because I've used a heavier body auxiliary with it. Now, I know that doesn't look like anything. It looks like that does not look as beautiful as the copper should look. I agree. But we gotta let it dry. And then I think the last one I'll do. Oh, I've got just a few. Good thing there was another pack sitting here. Few more of my baby wipes left. I think I'll do the last stencil in the extra heavyweight. So I'm going to put my heavyweight matte and my heavyweight gloss away. And I'm going to pull over my extra heavyweight matte and my extra heavyweight gloss. And when I say extra heavyweight, I mean you saw how thick it was. It is as full body as you can imagine. Okay, I'm gonna put this stencil down and we will use this one. So again, the stencils are by Minte. Dutch Doobie Doo and Pronte, as far as I know, have closed their doors. So we are out looking for new stencil companies. I like the A5 size. I like the A5 size better than I like a 6x6. So this is about an 8.5 by 5.5 is the size of the stencil. And I tend to like it better than a 6x6, but I think that's just personal choice. And maybe we mix some colors this time. So I've got my light gold. And all of these come in the kit. So you've got silver, light gold, deep gold, copper, bronze, and graphite. So silver is acrylic, Amsterdam acrylic number 800. Light gold is 802. Deep gold is 803. Copper is 805. Bronze is 811. And graphite is 840. And these are 20 mil. The next size up is 120 mil, which is what I use for my white and my black. I keep white and black in 120 mil because I use it all the time. Now here, let's go with the extra heavy gloss. And let's do a dollop. That was a big dollop. And I mean, this is like the best buttercream frosting you've ever had. It's just thick and yummy. And let's mix it in. I want all that white to just go away. I want to get it all mixed so it's nice and gooey and I don't see any more white. That looks good. And then thick. I mean, it's thick. So I feel that one dollop was probably closer to 2. So then let's take another. Let's take my bronze and just a little bit. And just a little bit. No, that's my copper. Mix it all in so you don't see any of that white. Get all that goodness going. And then maybe I add a little bit of my dark gold. And even now just a little dollop. And just a little dollop. I didn't take off my copper off the back, so we'll just add a little bit more. I didn't clean my palette knife, so my colors have kind of commingled a little. And up. And then I will have all of my colors. But it does have to dry for you to appreciate the change. So let me wipe down, and by the magic of TV, always by the magic of TV. Oh, see, look at this. That's with the gel medium gloss. So I used very little in there versus just the paint on its own. The paint's pretty on its own, but it's not this. This is spectacular. And I could have gotten heavier. I could have used more of my paint so that my color was more deep. But this is absolutely spectacular. So let's take, and let me show you. So this one is starting to dry. And slowly but surely, the gloss will come up. So I did that one in gloss and matte. Now, how to decide what body, whether you want the regular, the extra heavy, the heavy, that's entirely a personal choice. I like them all. I think my favorites are the regular, just the regular matte gel medium and the extra heavy. I think that those would be my two because they're so different. I think the extra heavy and the regular would be the two that I would love the most. I think the heavy is great, but I don't know that I think you can get what you want between these two, but I leave it up to you. It's my personal preference. Now, let's see. So, we did one in a matte finish. We did one in a gloss. Now this is deep gold in matte and in gloss, so you can see the difference. So we took up an acrylic paint that usually dries with some kind of a sheen to it, and we matted it out. Maybe you want that matte look. And we glossed it. Wow. But I think where you really see the big difference is in the finished. This is stunning. This is with the gloss and it's beautiful. But this is stunning. And this is with the matte and it's beautiful. You can take your acrylic paints that typically have a sheen to them, and you can, with the matte finish, tone that right on down. Or you can amplify it right on up. That is a big difference between the two. Big difference between the two. How about the copper? So here's the copper in the matte finish. Here's the copper in that gloss finish. Oh, Here's the copper in the gloss finish. That's magical. Wow, you use less paint and get a higher gloss finish, or you use less paint and get this amazing matte finish. No matter which you choose, you use less paint. Your auxiliary is extending that paint, and your gels are a mix-in. It holds the color true. Beautiful. Didn't tint my color, just changed the viscosity and the finish of my color. So copper. How about this is the gold, the light gold in the matte, or the light gold in the gloss. The light gold in the matte, no sheen on it at all. The light gold in the gloss, total sheen. An amazing difference between them. As I'm getting the light reflected from them, you can see one has got that gloss and one doesn't. And yet, acrylic paint tends to have a gloss to it. This is silver. Silver matte. Silver gloss. And the feel of it is like butter. Look at that gloss, and this one is matte. Gloss, matte in the silver. We have the bronze. Gloss, matte. Gloss, matte. What do you want to do? Save on your paint, get a gloss and a matte. They last forever. Keep them sealed well, and before you close them, make sure the rim does not have any of the medium around it. Make sure the rim does not have it, or the cap. Otherwise, you're going to seal it forever, because it is essentially a type of adhesive. Look at that in the bronze. My goodness. And then the last, because we use the set, I've got the graphite. There's the graphite on black in the gloss, and there's the graphite on black in the matte. Here's the graphite on black in the matte. Here's the graphite on black in the gloss. You just need a little bit of your acrylic paint, and away you go. Or last week, we used our Ecoline liquid watercolor. Now, the Ecoline does not have metallics like these in the watercolor. They only have gold. I would definitely be using, next week we'll do something else, maybe with the liquid or the acrylic inks versus the acrylic paints, because they are different. But wow, I mean, that is a big difference between the two. Whether you like it with the matte finish or you like that shiny. And it is so high-end and so beautiful. You want to clean your palette knife If you don't, let it soak. But these are pretty spectacular type products. Something that we have similar to in our paper crafting world, but not this caliber. It just isn't. And the acrylics from Amsterdam, well, these were all meant to go together. This is your Amsterdam Auxiliaries are meant to go with your Amsterdam acrylics. They are 2 peas in a pod, but we can use this with so much more. That's why I started with the Ecoline watercolors. I wanted you to see just how far you can take these. And next week we'll do something else with them. So we've got those on sale for you. We have the stencils on sale for you, and I will put the Amsterdam acrylic metallics, since we use them as part of In the Studio with Stacey. But you know where else you can get these? You can get all of this product globally. And I do mean globally. If you've got a fine art store, go say hello. If you've got, go say hello. If you've got a paper crafting store, who knows? They might have Royal Talens, they might have some fine art supplies, but know that there is a substantial difference between the quality of paper crafting and fine art when you're coming into this type of product. This is not one that you skimp on. This is something you're going to use when you pull out those acrylics, or you pull out those acrylic inks or your watercolors. This is what makes it even more than what it was. This is how you get value out of all of your crafting supplies, because this mixes with everything. And you only use as much as you need when you need it. And then you put it away. And then you come back and you use it again. And then you put it away. It's pretty rock star. So this is In the Studio with Stacey for today. I hope you really got to see these are getting there. They're getting there. It's going to take time. This is the one, we did this one together. And the gloss is starting to get there. And remember, it looked like it was just this it kind of looked like this. Kind of this milky color. But as that transparent dries, the gold just comes through. And we did this in the matte and in the gloss finish. They're really something special. Yep, see, this one's still got a ways to go. But until next time, I'm Stacey. This is Scrapbooking Made Simple, scrapbookingmadesimple.com. This is In the Studio with Stacey, where we take fine art and paper crafting, we mix them, and we make magic happen every Tuesday, 6 p.m. sunny California time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. All right, you guys, I will see you Thursday. Thursday is our next New For You event. So I'll see you on the Scrapbooking Made Simple YouTube channel, same time, 6 p.m. sunny California time, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, when we bring you the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers, value priced from the get-go. Until then, everybody, have a great day. Bye.